Most learners think they're struggling with English. But looking at all this behavioral research, they're actually struggling with literally everything that exists around it.
Yeah, exactly. The language itself is almost the easiest part.
Right. So, welcome back to English Unfiltered. Today we're doing a deep dive into a really fascinating psychological trap. Like, why studying more English might actually be making your communication, well, worse.
Which sounds completely backwards, I know. But think about this frustrating loop that, honestly, so many of you listening are probably stuck in right now.
Oh, totally. You're in a conversation, you feel super uncomfortable, and you just assume, oh, my English isn't good enough.
Right. So what do? You study. You memorize 10 new idioms. And you do actually improve.
But the discomfort doesn't go away. It's like constantly tuning a guitar, but being completely terrified to ever actually play a song.
That is such a good way to put it. You know, you go to a coffee shop and suddenly a casual chat feels like a high-stakes final exam.
Yes. Why does that happen? Because the grammar is there.
It's because of a very specific culprit, and the clinical psychology papers are super clear on this. It's self-monitoring.
Self-monitoring, meaning like watching what you say.
Exactly. Instead of focusing on the actual meaning of the conversation, which is, what native speakers do, you are focusing entirely on performance. You're analyzing every word choice in real time.
And anticipating mistakes before they even come out of your mouth.
Wait, but let me push back on that for a second.
Sure.
Isn't self-monitoring, kind of necessary? If I don't grade my own grammar as I speak, won't I just keep making the exact same embarrassing mistakes forever?
Up to a point, yeah. Basic awareness matters. But the linguistics and behavioral notes we're looking at highlight this massive problem with cognitive load.
Okay, cognitive load. Break that down for me.
Think about the mental bandwidth it takes to hold a conversation. If you are translating a thought, evaluating the grammar rules, predicting the other person's response, and physically speaking, all at the exact same time.
That sounds exhausting.
It is. Your brain's working memory literally just maxes out. Oh, wow. So it's like trying to navigate rush hour traffic while simultaneously, reading the instruction manual on how your car's transmission works.
You're going to crash, and it's not because you don't know how to drive.
Right. It's because your brain has zero processing power left to just look at the road.
That is exactly what's happening. That mental drain is why you feel so physically exhausted after speaking English. You aren't just talking. You're running this heavy background diagnostic program on every single syllable.
That explains so much. It really shatters this false assumption we all have, that if you just get more fluent, the confidence will naturally follow.
Yeah, they are not the same thing at all. Fluency and confidence rely on completely different neurological mechanisms.
Wait, really? Completely different?
Totally different. Fluency is just the mechanical ability to recall and produce language. Confidence is the psychological willingness to actually use it when you're uncertain.
So you could have perfect textbook English and still have zero confidence.
Exactly, because there's a hidden social rule here. Communication rewards participation, not perfection. Perfection just creates hesitation.
And hesitation creates those awful, awkward silences.
Oh, man. Which leads to this really counterintuitive insight from the data. The people who improve their communication the fastest, they are rarely the ones with the highest test scores.
No way. Really?
Yeah, they are simply the people who are most willing to be imperfect.
Wow. That hits on something so deeply relatable. It explains that weird kind of eerie feeling where you know all the advanced grammar rules, right?
Yeah.
But you have no English-speaking identity.
Yes.
Like, you have the vocabulary to debate complex politics, but you can't express your actual sarcasm or your own humor. You just don't feel like yourself.
You feel like a watered-down version of your true personality, and so your instinct is to retreat. To go study more until you feel ready to show your true self.
Which is the trap.
It is a massive trap. Most people wait to feel confident before they speak, but the behavioral data shows that confidence is the result of action, not the prerequisite.
So how does that actually play out in the brain?
It's basically exposure therapy. Your amygdala, the fear center of your brain, it views making a social mistake as a literal threat to your survival.
Like a tiger jumping out of the bushes.
Basically, yeah. And the only way to rewire that fear response is to survive the threat. Surviving those messy, awkward interactions and realizing the world didn't actually end just because you used the wrong verb tense.
Right.
That's the only empirical evidence your brain will accept to weaken the fear.
So you literally cannot read your way to confidence. You just have to earn it by stumbling through the awkwardness.
Precisely.
So thinking about what this means for you, the listener, The ultimate takeaway from this deep dive isn't that you need to memorize another 1,000 flashcards.
No, definitely not.
You just need permission. Permission to take social risks, right? To let yourself be seen before your grammar is completely polished. Just permission to sound human.
Honestly, sometimes the absolute hardest step is just accepting that the English you have right now is enough to connect with people. So true. But, think about the flip side of that for a second. What happens when you finally do drop the perfectionism, the fear goes away, and you suddenly have to figure out who your English personality actually is?
Oh, that's a whole thing. Does it even match your native one?
Exactly. But that's a whole different conversation.